Hello, I'm Jayme McMillan from CougarNet News reporting for the 2009 Food for the Hungry Drive. I'm at Interchurch Social Services' new location in Mount Vernon, and today I'm going to take you on a journey to see what Interchurch is doing in the Knox County community. Interchurch Social Services provides emergency services to the community and has many locations around Knox County. Their newest location is located on the corner of West Gambier and Sandusky Street in Mount Vernon. This location features a thrift store and a food pantry. I had the opportunity to speak with Executive Director Joy Harris about the benefits and the miracle of this new location. Well, Joy, it's a lot harder to think of questions to ask you seeing where Interchurch has been, so why don't we start at the beginning. What is Interchurch and what's your role in Interchurch?
Okay. Interchurch is an emergency needs provider for Knox County. I serve as the Executive Director. We have 4 offices in the county. This office here that serves the Mount Vernon area, and then we have offices in Centerburg, Fredericktown, and Danville serving those areas.
Okay. So the building that you guys had before in Mount Vernon, we went back and saw that, and it's more of a house than a building. So
it was a house. It was a house that was donated to Interchurch many years ago. It's a beautiful old home. It's for sale currently if anybody out there wants to buy it. It could be restored to a beautiful old home. It served us at the time, providing space for offices. The basement area at one time housed our thrift store, and then as that outgrew that area, the thrift store moved off-site to a different location on East Vine Street, and our pantry storage was moved to the basement. That becomes a little bit difficult as our donations of foodstuffs came in. They'd have to be carried to the basement where they were prepackaged for different family sizes and then carried back up. So it created a lot of extra steps and work for many of our volunteers.
So at what point did you guys decide that maybe you needed a bigger building or something different?
Well, I've been with the agency just a little over 5 years, but they've been looking for a new building 10 to 12 years. So they'd been looking prior to my coming on. And they had checked many buildings around town, existing buildings around town, only to find that they were either too large, too small, needed too much rehab. There was always something that didn't work. So we finally had come to the conclusion that we needed to go talk to a builder and see what it would take to build something to our specifications. And we were thinking more of like those metal pole barn type buildings, that something like that might be affordable for us, and it was something that we could work toward. The great thing is, when my board member approached Modern Builders, who built this building, he happened to go in on the same day that a gentleman named Gary Gray was there. Gary had owned a building that was on this property that had burnt to the ground. Gary no longer wanted to be in business, but he needed to rebuild to collect his insurance, and then was going to look for a buyer for the building. So it was at that point when my board member walked in and said, "Hey, we're wanting information on a building. This is what we need." It was divine intervention. That's all we can think of, being in the right place at the right time, and this building has been such a blessing to us. It's allowed us to bring all of our services in Mount Vernon under one roof. So we have the thrift shop here, the pantry here, the financial aid offices are here. It gives me a wonderful spot for doing my work as far as overseeing the county and making sure everybody's got what they need. So it's just been a real blessing to us.
Now, I mean, we're sitting in this building right now. Is it really cool for you to think, this thing has been planned way before you even came here, that it's now finally here and you can see it and people can use it and it's doing what it's meant to be used for?
It's very cool. And if you get a chance to talk to some of our volunteers, even some of our volunteers have been here 20, 30 years volunteering. And so they've gone through the whole process, all those years of looking and searching and wondering. And so it's been a real blessing.
So for this particular building, what's different about it other than just the bigger space? What makes it better?
I think the great thing for as far as our clients are concerned is that, first of all, they only have to go to one place to meet all their needs. So that's a great thing. The other major change, which I am so very proud of, is changing over to a customer choice pantry, which a family that has lived in poverty for quite a while, they have lost choices in their life. They don't get a lot of choices. So being a customer choice pantry allows them to come in, and based on their family size, they can choose the food that their family will enjoy. They don't have to just take what somebody puts in a bag and hands them. So, you know, that's giving them back a measure of self-esteem, you know, and being able to make those choices, and they know their family's taste and what their children will eat and that kind of thing. So that's been a real blessing.